Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of MDC in the Haitian Community. I am James Pierre. Imagine you are giving up to adoption by the age of 2 months. And now you are one of the most powerful leaders in the city of Miramar. You think it may be a dream. This is reality. And we want to welcome Commissioner Darline Riggs. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm honored.
It is truly an honor having you because your story is so powerful and you're impacting so many in the city, not only of Miramar, but also around the world with your story. Let's start by saying you are the first Haitian American elected, not only for the city of Miramar, but the whole Broward County.
All of Broward County.
Wow.
I didn't know until after we won that it was the entire county, that we've never had a Haitian American, represent any city in the entire county. So sometimes it blows my mind.
Wow. And today I'm going to take you out of politics because there's so much that people need to know about you as well. Like I said at the intro, you were giving up to adoption when you were like 2 months old.
2 months old. And I was very blessed to have had a family that took me in. And my mother that raised me, so every time I say my mother, that's who I'm thinking about because she knew what I had for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, my entire life. So at 2 months old, my father took me to her because my mother said she didn't want to raise any children. So he didn't know what to do. So she said, leave her. And I've been with her ever since. And she already had 8 biological kids of her own. And she also adopted a cousin of mine. So she raised 10 children. So she means so much to me, my heart. And she's actually ill right now. She had a stroke and she's paralyzed on the left side. So it breaks my heart to see her in that condition. But I was very blessed. And she raised me as her own. I never felt like I was adopted. So how blessed am I?
Wow,
very
absolutely.
blessed.
Wow,
and
very.
We came here to the United States when I was 9. We came to the city of Miramar, and it's so funny when I think back that God planted me in the city of Miramar for a reason, such as a time as this. So I grew up in the city, and I went to elementary school, middle school, and high school in the city of Miramar. And I remember days when we struggled. We really did. And I give people the joke, have you ever had the ramen noodles days where, that was breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And it's so amazing because now I'm in a position where I'm able to offset that burden for, the children 9 years old, 10 years old are in the city going through that. So hopefully we get the opportunity to talk about some of the initiatives that I put together to help people. And the reason I put them together is because I've lived it. And I know, it's happening in the city and I'm able to, why not? So God has blessed me, giving me the opportunity to be raised by a wonderful woman. And I was able to go to school. I went to college and became a registered nurse. I continued and got my bachelor's in nursing and my master's in nursing. And when life slows down, I may go for the doctorate.
Wow.
We'll see what happens.
And let's say that you're a mentor to a lot of, nurses, upcoming nurses in the community as well. I want to take our viewers back to a childhood, right? Back, you said you came here when you were 9. But before that, you had a past. What happened? How was life at home?
Well, when we were in Haiti, my father was wealthy in Haiti. So I've had days where we were, we lived in a mansion. We had 3 maids and a gardener. So life up until we came to the United States was great. I had a great childhood. We had a lot of...
You made friends?
Yes, and I'm the youngest of 10. So, we always had, children around us. So I had a wonderful childhood. I cannot complain. And I took the good with the bad.
Yes.
So I loved it. The 3 youngest one, myself, the sister right before me, and my cousin, we're 8, 9 months apart. So whenever my mom would come to the United States, she would bring us the blue dress for my oldest sister, the yellow one for my cousin, and the pink ones for me. So I remember those. We used to have the matching barrettes and the shoes. So those were great times in Haiti. And then we came here, and things were hard.
How was the transition? Things were hard in what way?
In the sense that, so we didn't speak English, so having to learn the language was very difficult. I remember being bullied a lot just because I was Haitian. So that was a tough time. I remember it got so bad where a girl jumped me and another boy punched me in my ear and I couldn't hear for days. So imagine 9, 10 years old going through that. Literally, I heard zzz, and my mom took me to the doctor. It was we went through that type of hardship. So, and we overcome. You know, I take those things and I allow them to make me stronger. And I also remember what I've been through and protect my children from having, you know, gone through that.
So do you feel that at that time you were looking for your identity coming here? You know, so many people, you know, but kids at that time felt that, oh, you don't belong here. You Haitian and you're being bullied. And did that come to your mind at a certain time to say, wow, who am I?
Absolutely. And I didn't understand why I wasn't accepted because I was Haitian, because I love people. I'm a nice person. I help everyone. I'm kind. But I just got beat up because I was Haitian.
Yeah. Did you report that at that time to any professor, to your parents?
Yes, there was a teacher. I remember she used to let me stay in the classroom until the bullies went home.
Yeah.
And then for me to walk home with my sister. Yeah, so we did have a couple of instructors, and sometimes my brother would come pick us up from school to walk us home so we wouldn't get beat up. So those were rough.
Yeah, you're a very strong person, a light for the community, but you went through tougher times, right? Especially at home. You said, you know, you make the jokes about not having food at home where you were dealing with that. Should you go into details and tell us more about that?
You know, being so many of us, and my mom worked. However, you know, there's 10 of us, for crying out loud. That's a lot of kids, right? But, you know, we were happy. We had each other. But I remember days where, yeah, what was for breakfast was cornflakes, which was very inexpensive, and noodles were very inexpensive, bread. So it wasn't really, you know, a real meal. But we didn't really, my mom made it where we didn't feel that hardship because, you know, we ate something.
Yeah.
And that made us appreciate it. You know, like I teach my children now, appreciate it, because there are children out there who don't have all the variety and the choices that you have. And I work hard today and every day so that I could prevent them from going through that. And I help children in the community. For example, we're about to launch a food bank at one of the elementary schools, because that school has 836 students and about 90% of them are on free or reduced lunch. So sometimes they go home and they don't have food to eat on the weekend. So we would be able to provide them, you know, 2 breakfasts, snack, lunch for the weekend that they're not here, or the summertime or the holidays. So, you know, it's something I'm hoping that I change lives, and the children, they come back to school, they're not hungry and they can think. Because I remember days where we're hungry. You can't think when you're hungry. So hopefully we can offset that. Book bag giveaway, turkeys on Thanksgiving. We didn't have turkeys on Thanksgiving during that time. So hopefully I'm able to help somebody not go through that hardship that I went through.
Well, that is actually what you are doing as a commissioner. So you're,
I feel God put me in that position to do, you know, to do that. And it means so much more because I lived it. It's not like I'm hearing it from somebody I can, you know, understand. No, I can absolutely empathize because I lived it. I know exactly how it feels. And that's why I didn't grow up in politics. I got into it because I saw a need. Those who were sitting in the dais weren't really seeing or assessing to see what is the need of the community. Honestly, I fought it for a while. I didn't really, I'm a nurse. I never thought, you know, I'm a commissioner, vice mayor. I'm like, I'm a nurse. I shouldn't be getting into this stuff.
And
but
now
it's
you
a
are.
calling.
Absolutely.
I am. And I love it. I love it. I get the opportunity to change lives for the better.
Wow, absolutely. Stay with us, Commissioner Riggs. There are a lot to talk about after the commercial break. You're watching MDC in the Haitian Community. I'm James Pierre. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
3, 2.
Be focused. Be original. Be a trendsetter. Be an explorer. Be the solution. Be visionary. Be a hero. Be the answer. Be the best. Be you. Be MDC.
Welcome back. You're watching MDC in the Haitian Community. I'm James Pierre, and our special guest today is Commissioner Darline Riggs. We're talking about your childhood before the commercial break. Now I want to talk about something different out of politics, which is you got in trouble so many times as a child. Why? Huh?
Oh, that's a question for the Lord.
But at least we say you speak your mind. You know, if you feel that something is not right, you feel there's a need to speak for the, for the voiceless.
I do, and I have a frequent saying, I can't fake the funk.
Yeah.
I have to tell it like it is, and I get very passionate about something, and I go for it. Sometimes I think back, I'm like, Mom, I'm so sorry for all the trouble that I caused. And thank God she didn't give up on me, because, I fought everybody. I talked back, all the things I wasn't supposed to do. But she always tell me, you're special. She really did. She tells me you're going to do great things. And I didn't know what she meant at the time, but she saw it. She saw it, and I'm glad she did, because that, motivated me to really have the belief that I can do anything I set my mind to. And work hard, make a plan, do it. And that's kind of been my life. Everything I challenge, I accomplish it. Thank God for that.
I believe that your mother is truly an angel, someone who really there to guide you through the whole process. Do you have a chance to meet your biological mother?
Yes. Last time I saw her, I was 9 years old, and that's when I left Haiti. That was the last time I saw her. It's funny, because when I was 7, she came around and tried to see me, and my adoptive mom says, you don't have to hide. She's your daughter. Come and see her. So I saw her maybe 3 times in my entire life, but once I came here to the United States and I started working as a teenager, somehow she reconnected with me. I don't remember the details, such a long time ago, but I support her financially in Haiti right now. So I do it because it's the right thing to do, not because I don't know her. She would be like a stranger to me. And as a matter of fact, sometimes when I talk to her, it's uncomfortable, because I don't know what to say. There's nothing to really say. But I do support her financially, and I do it with all my heart, because I'm able to. God has blessed me and given me the opportunity to do that. So I do it. It's the right thing to do.
So now you're a mother. You have children. Do you feel that experience make you a better mother?
Yes. I have 4 healthy, beautiful children, 3 boys and a beautiful baby girl, my princess, Michaela. And, I look at my children, and sometimes there are some things that I still struggle with, because I look at my children and I wonder, how could somebody give up their children? I could never give up my children. And I always say, God forbid I'm under a bridge, I'm going to be under a bridge with all of my children. So sometimes it bothers me to know that my own mother didn't want me. So that is something that every now and then comes, and I have to challenge it and make sure it doesn't make me bitter. So we have to take control of those emotions, and that's what I do. I said, I'm blessed now. I have a wonderful husband who loves me, and I was blessed to have somebody who take me in and raise me as their own. So I can't complain. I really can't. But every now and then it does rear its ugly little head, and we have to know what we know. I know what's going on today, and everything that has happened, I wouldn't change a thing, by the way. I really wouldn't, because look, things turn out great. God has blessed me to be able to bless others. So I have no complaints, but it is what it is.
So your kids are the way you cope towards that.
Yes, they're my babies, and I love the opportunity to teach them, to make sure that they grow up and they're productive in society. My oldest one is 12, and I tell him all the time, even this morning I said, Michael, do it right. He says, the first time. That's right. Don't waste your time. Do it right the first time. And I love teaching them, those type of lessons. And I love to see how he reacts with his siblings. And I'm like, love your brothers and your sister. It's us against the world. We have to protect and be there for one another, because a stranger is not going to come and protect your brother. That's your responsibility. So I love doing that and seeing how they grow up and just are amazing children.
Wow.
Yeah.
You have a mixed family.
I do.
Tell me about how you cope with that. What's the strength of that, of having that diversity inside of your home? Not only in the city of Miramar, but also now inside of your own home.
It's funny. All my children look different. They really do. My oldest one has jet black curly hair, so he looks a little Hispanic.
Yes.
And the middle one has gold hair. Gabriel, he's 7. He has gold hair, gold eyes, like really, really like the bronzy looking. So he looks different.
Yeah.
And Michaela has the gold curly hair. And Daniel, I'm still trying to figure out what he's going to look like.
It's a mosaic of culture inside,
yes,
right?
because my husband, blonde hair, blue eyes, and just a mixture of the two of us. You know, it's beautiful to see, you know, what we've been blessed with. So I think it's one of the best things that ever happened to me. And we get along so beautifully. He's actually a night person and I'm a morning person. So
Wow.
it just blends really well.
Diversity get together.
I cannot complain. And I think it's great to have the diversity because I already know, you know, me and my culture. It's great to learn about another culture, a different culture. And I think people can see that I can understand, you know, different culture because I live with someone from a different culture on a regular. So that I think makes us more diverse ourselves, being surrounded by somebody from, you know, the Hispanic community, even the Muslim community, the Asian community, just a little bit of everyone. It's beautiful. And when you look at our city, my goodness, we're so diverse.
Yes, it is. Miramar is I would call the mosaic of nations, of cultures.
We
that
have
you have
a little bit of
everything there,
everyone. We
right?
cannot complain.
Wow. And then talking about your husband, I have to say, you know, thank you for his service. He's a veteran now, 30 years,
30 years.
Serving the whole
City
community,
of Miramar.
city of Miramar, particularly. So it's really great. He's a Caucasian, but he's in love with the croqueta, Cuban coffee.
Yes, the Haitian food.
know.
Oh my goodness.
And the Haitian food.
He knows when a Haitian restaurant opens in the city before I do. It's so funny because he told me when Cheguito opened, he says, you have to visit, you know, the restaurant Cheguito. So I went in there one day with my son. I had my oldest son with me. And the owner, he's looking at me. He's like, because he recognized my son because my husband takes the children all over the city. So he says, you're married to Officer Riggs, aren't you? I said, yes, I am. And he says, I love your husband. You know, I get that all the time. I go places, they say, I love your husband. He's done this for me, that for me. He's such a wonderful. So I love that. That has been such a blessing because he's been in the city 30 years. Yeah. He knew Miramar when Miramar was, you know, half of what Miramar is now. So I love that. But he's so in love with our culture. And yeah, he's into, you know, the Hispanic culture, the Haitian culture, Jamaican. And he loves food. Loves food. And you know, it's terrible. He loves food and I'm a horrible cook.
Wow.
How ironic, right? He loves to eat and he eats anything, everything. He tries it all and I'm a horrible, horrible cook.
Let's say he's a citizen of the world. So that's it. Stay with us, Commissioner Riggs. We're going to take a last break. Much more to know. You're watching MDC in the Haitian Community. I'm James Pierre. Wonderful conversation. Should I say my sister? And we look alike. I think people say that, right? Right. So we're going to take a break. But after the commercial break, let's dig deeper with Commissioner Riggs. We'll be right back.
3, 2.
Be focused. Be original. Be a trendsetter. Be an explorer. Be the solution. Be visionary. Be a hero. Be the answer. Be the best. Be you. Be MDC.
Welcome back to our last segment. You're watching MDC in the Haitian Community. I'm James Pierre. Our guest, still Commissioner Riggs. Thank you so much for staying with us. I know you have a crazy schedule and things that you're doing, especially family and food. You know, very interesting.
Pick up something on the way
Pick
home.
up something on the way home, right? So let's talk about you as a mentor. I know you are mentoring so many in the community. Where that idea came from, you say, you know what, this is the time I need to give back.
You know, I'm asked to do it. The church has asked me to come and visit and talk to the young ones. And I love it because they see that like I went to Miramar Elementary, and they know that I went to Miramar Elementary. I became a teacher. I used to teach 4th and 5th grade at Miramar Elementary.
Wow.
And I went to Perry Middle, so I went there and did career day. I went to school there, and I'm back as a professional there to tell them, you can do this too. I was used sitting in that desk, but I worked hard. I did what I had to do, and now I'm able to come back and tell you, you can do this too. Miramar High. Graduated from Miramar High. From there, went to Broward College, went to FAU, did my bachelor's, master's. It's like I did it, and I did it with some tough circumstances.
Yes.
So can you.
Wow.
And I love that.
And how they respond to it? That they like when you come around? I'm
They
assuming.
love it. And you know, I feel so weird because they're like, can we take a selfie? Can you do it? And I'm like, they act like I'm a celebrity.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not. I just want to help you. And I'm like, do well. You know, whatever it is that you do it well. And it's good to also come and support the children, because things would have been a little bit easier if I had a lot more support to do the things that I'm doing. So I believe in that. We need to come behind them and encourage them, support them with our time, with our finances, with the advice, and make sure they don't make the mistakes that we made, that we wish we didn't make if somebody had told us. So I love it. And we get to mold and shape somebody to become, you know, whatever they want to be.
So not only you stay connected with the school system, you know, mentoring the students, but also with the community at large, and this Haitian community specifically, because now there is a Haitian festival in the city of Miramar. No?
Yes.
Well,
So
tell me about that one.
once I became commissioner and was voted into vice mayor, you know, I had just had a baby. Well, no, I was pregnant. So when I was sworn in, I was 6 months pregnant, and then I had Daniel in July. So I wasn't able to jump in and start seeing what's going on. But once I had Daniel, I jumped in, and I'm like, how do you, you know, advertise to the Haitian community? You know, how do you advertise to the Hispanic community? It turns out we really weren't. So it's good to have a representative from each culture, in my opinion, at least the top 3, 4, 5 different cultures in the city, because now I'm able to put things in place where we do put things out there for the Haitian community, the Hispanic community. I feel like I'm representing everyone that's not represented, and I love it. But specifically for the Haitian community, I want, for example, this budget year that's coming up, we have in place to do a huge concert for the Haitian community. That's never been done before. And I want the city to advertise to the Haitian community who wouldn't normally go online and see what's going on our website or have our app. So I want them to print the information not only in English but also in Creole and in Spanish, and then get that information to the community so they know everything that we have for them. Miramar is such an amazing city. We have our own social worker. We have things that other cities, you know, haven't even tapped into. So the problem is the community doesn't know. So because they don't know, they're not able to take advantage of it. So one of the biggest things we're trying to do is get the word out there. Listen, we have this for the seniors. We have this for the youth. We have this, you know, take part in it and take advantage of it and help you improve your quality of life. Because that's really what we promise to do. That's what I promise to do anyway. Help our residents improve their quality of life. And that comes in many different forms.
In Haiti, what we call Tigamunuyo, we take good care of them because we love them, because this is the age of wisdom, the seniors. And you also doing things towards that specific age to help them out to be, you know, reinserting in the community.
You know what I do? It might be the nurse in me, but what I do an assessment. I look to see what's the need, because I don't want to do something that's oversaturated. I want to do something where it's going to make a difference, where it's needed. So I spoke with our social worker. I said, what do the seniors need? What is it that I can do to help them live better? The city already has a lot. So one thing is that they don't know it's available. So we're channeling that. And second, for example, the social service department has a food bank already for the seniors, but they need assistance to keep it full, so that the seniors that come in that don't have, you know, all the meals and snacks, we provide it to them for free. And we make sure there's entertainment for them, because at that point, nobody wants to work. We don't want to work at that age. We want to enjoy life, you know, have the grandchildren come and do things with the grandchildren. So we put a lot of those activities and a lot of dinners and, you know, brunches, dances, and oh my goodness, they have so much energy. We can't keep up, you know. We cannot keep up. So, and as you mentioned earlier, the wisdom. So I love being around our seniors because I learn so much. You know, they say jump, we say how high.
Wow, great. We have a small segment, our favorites. So we're going to ask you a couple questions and you're going to answer in 10 or 15 seconds.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Sure?
I am. Love a challenge.
Oh, my God. Wow. There we go. So what is your favorite Haitian food?
Sauce pois. I love diri blanc sauce pois. Sauce pois blanc.
Ah, wow. Specifically.
Specifically, diri
Right.
blanc sauce pois blanc.
Okay. What is your favorite place you like to visit when you're in Miramar?
Miramar. I love City Hall. I guess because I do so much there, and I feel like whenever I get there, I accomplish so much. So I'm a workaholic. What can I say?
Yeah.
My office is one of my favorite places. We accomplish quite a bit.
Yeah. What is one thing you would say to your husband he will get excited?
I have griot.
Which is the Haitian food. That is one of the
Yes,
favorite Haitian food.
I'm bringing home griot.
Yeah. And one thing you would say to one of your kids and they will feel like, Mom, I'm not ready to do that.
Homework.
Homework. Do you teach Creole to your kids as well?
I do, and you know, it's bits and pieces. They pick it up, like
So they have few words that
"Al
they
point
know.
saucette là,"
Yeah.
or be "Al manger," and they're
Yeah.
like, and they sound funny.
Yeah. And your husband, he knows
He
Creole?
knows "Je t'aime."
Oh, wow. That is so
Griot.
lovely.
He knows all the Haitian food. He knows
Yeah.
the food words in Creole.
Wow.
That's about it. He's very into his Haitian food.
Who is your mentor in the Haitian community?
Oh my. You know, I would have to say my mom is my mentor. I look to her so much because I think she's such an amazing individual, and she's taught me some things that are priceless. So to me, that will always be my person that I, think she's perfect to
What
me.
keeps you up at night?
Oh,
I
that's a tough
guess
one.
it's not griot.
Not much. No, I'm not that much into food like my husband is. Keeps me up at night. My work, I guess, because I'm a somewhat of a perfectionist. I want to make sure if I do something, I do it right. I don't like to waste time. Yeah.
Wonderful. Nicely said. Thank you so much, Commissioner Riggs, for being here, and I really
My
appreciate it.
pleasure.
Thank you so much for the good work that you are doing as well in the
Thank
city of
you.
Miramar. And I know that
pleasure.
much more are ahead
yeah.
to be part of your projects that you are achieving to the city. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you as well to you for watching that special edition of MDC in the Haitian community. Wonderful conversation, very positive, I will say. So much we know about Commissioner Darline Riggs. So thank you so much for watching. I want you to as well visit the city of Miramar if you have a chance, so you know exactly what she is talking about. My name is James Pierre. We'll see you next time.